Hello everyone, I am Phoenix13 with the Birds of Hermes. I'm going to try to start this series up again. We actually did have a couple episodes of me and Hawkeye 1621 recorded, but some errors occurred in the recording that we didn't realize had happened, and it was we recorded before I moved to Utah, and we noticed the recordings were complicated, I guess is the word, after I'd moved, I should say. So we weren't able to fix it while we were still in the same town. So we're going to have to redo the recordings. And I totally forgot that we'd already actually started the series already. So that's why I apologize for it taking so long. So just to show that the series isn't dead and to show what all's been updated with me, I would decided to do a quick little Let's Play of Star Trek Online. So let's get started. Alrighty. Alright, here we go. Ooh, it seems some of my stuff is done. I apologize. I haven't been on in a couple days, so I should probably just click on some stuff real quick. As for last time since I played, we have done I have been doing quite a bit of new stuff. In the last episode, I don't even remember what I had on my ship in the last episode. I mean, it's been that long. I'm here in the Delta Quadrant. I don't remember which mission I was doing at the time. Again, like I said, it's been a couple days since I've played. But one thing that is different is I now have fleet. I've finally got able to use my fleet stuff. So I have new ships and stuff now. Alright, it'll probably be easier to do this on an actual... Oh god. Let's go to the Dyson sphere. Oh, that's what I want right there. Never mind. So many loading screens on this thing, I swear. Oh yes, also since our last little debacle, well actually after I moved, we actually got a friend of ours to play with us for a little bit. It was his name is Brian. We just call him the Asian. A little bit of an FPS drop for some reason. Huh. Let's just start right over. Actually, I need to sell some stuff. But yeah, so he started playing for a little bit, and so we were going to have him keep playing with us, but then he just kind of stopped playing with us. So I don't actually remember how far he is. Oops. Oh, there we go. All the way down. But I do not want to get rid of that. All right. Again, I apologize. I never really do have a plan when I go into these. I just kind of ad-lib them as I go. But like I said, I got promoted in my fleet, so I could finally get fleet ships. And I also dry docked a whole bunch of my others. So my new fleet ships that I got were, as the one I'm flying right now, which is the USS Lambda, which I believe last time I showed y'all it was the Sigma, which is this guy right here. So this is the Fleet Tier 6 version of it. A new ship that I got here's the normal Tier 6 version. I called it the Psy. It's this guy, the Shepherd of Fire. And then, of course, we have to have the USS Alucard. Something just blew up. Why did something blow up? Trippy. Oh yeah, and then I have Bob. Greatest name for a science vessel ever. This is actually a ship I got in a release that they had. It was it was the anniversary. It was I think it was the 6-year anniversary or something like that. And this was the ship that was available if you completed enough of the missions and stuff like that. And I do apologize if you ever hear that noise or this noise. I always talk with my hands, and that's me kind of hitting my desk, so I apologize. I also painted it green. I was really actually tempted to paint it yellow because I don't know if you people have seen Babylon 5 or not, but this looks like a Vorlon ship to me. I'm sorry, it's what it does. So I was really tempted to paint it yellow. But then I went and I painted it green because I plan on turning this into a Borg, like a simulated Borg console ship. Speaking of assimilated Borg consoles, since last time, I've finished the adapted Mako set, so I have basically like the best covariant shield in the game and 2 pretty good consoles. In addition to that, I finally got my Iconian up to level 4, so I have both the advanced radiant beam and the advanced torpedo, as well as... That's the wrong thing. Where are you? Right there. There you are. The sustained radiant console. And I've already upgraded both that and this guy once. So... Oh yeah, and then I have my floor fleet consoles here. And I have a couple... I think it's on the Phi. Yeah. These 2 here are actually fleet Neutronian armor. I have one here on the... At least I think I have 2 on the Phi. I should have 2 on the Phi. Yeah, I have 2 on the Phi. I thought so. The Alucard, however, is not really a ship I use all the time. Because, as you can see here, I have everything put into weaponry, really. Like my science consoles, I have nothing really helping me out except for this guy. And the only reason he is there is because he gives me a little bit of a shield buff, as well as auxiliary power buff. And he reduces the damage to the shields by a little bit. But I mostly have him there because he helps me with critical chance and critical severity, just based on my auxiliary power level. Which I have quite a bit of auxiliary power on these ships. So that's really the only console I have helping me out, shield capacity-wise. The only thing I have helping me out on defense is the Fleet Tier 12 Enhanced Neutronian Alloy here. And all he does is just add a little bit of ship hit points and a little bit of some damage resistance. And so just to try to help him out a little bit, I put these guys on here, reactive armor catalysts. But I can build those, which is nice. But the rest of him is just complete weapon-based. So he doesn't have much defense. The Shepherd over here, however, I actually have a different shield on him. I have the Nukaran Crystalline shield, as well as the rest of the Nukaran set, the Nukaran Impulse and Deflector Dish. I actually like resilient shields more than I like covariant shields because they all reduce energy damage to your shields usually, and they have a 5% absorb, which is nice. And also on the ship, I have 5 forward weapons, 3 aft, instead of 4 and 3. But I only have 4 consoles, and they're all fleet. I have a couple Neutronian armors, and then this is not actually a fleet thing. I actually made that, and just have been upgrading it. But I'll probably switch out. There's actually another console that goes with this guy here, which is this is the Tier 6 one. The Tier 5 Avenger class actually comes with a console that pairs with this. I forget what it's called, but there it is. The Ablative Hazard Shielding is the one I have. The Variable Auto-Targeting Armament is the other one I need. And that one will replace my RCS Accelerator because it gives me flight turn rate as well as weapon damage. So I'll put it there instead. It'll make me lose like 7% of flight turn rate, but oh well. Yeah, so he's not quite done yet. And then the Lambda over here is actually one of my favorite ships. I remember last time I said how Sigma was the Alpha Strike for Days. Well, this is Alpha Strike for Days Part 2. Because it's a fleet ship, it hits a little harder, has more hull, and I have the same layout I did on the Sigma, essentially, but better weaponry. Yeah, I also have some Herald weapons, as opposed to last time. I think I just had normal anti-proton beams, or radiant anti-proton beams. I really don't remember. It's been a while. And I dry docked literally everything else. The only reason the Delta isn't dry duct is because he's kind of holding on to all of my dual beams that I don't want to get rid of. I was thinking my quantum phase set too. Yeah, I didn't want to get rid of those. He's kind of just my dual cannon holder. So, also opposed to last time, Hawkeye has already gotten a whole bunch of fleet stuff too. So he's doing pretty well now. Still nothing new. Oh, they were supposed to change these. They haven't changed it yet. Dang it. One of the things they're doing is they're changing the skill tree. So before too much longer, this is going to end up looking to a similar style as the specialization tab. There's also a new specialization thing they're adding. I'm still 90% sure I'm doing this wrong because I don't think the intelligence is supposed to be a secondary. I think it's a primary. But I like it anyway because it has this. I get to use this, and I love this ability. But I mostly just use this guy. As you can see, I have it like almost completely maxed out. Achilles heel right here is like the meanest ability I think I've ever seen, and I have it maxed out. Yeah. I have some mean stuff since I've been messing around. Finished my new Karn set, finished the Omega set. I'm going to start working on this guy because there's a... I think it's this one. I want that ability so bad. I'll probably finish Dyson just because. I'll probably finish this one because... Actually, this one I really wanted that. That's a really nice ability. I don't remember what this one was. I think he had a nasty one too. Yeah, he has the concussive tachyon emission, which is just a nasty thing. And that'll actually replace this. The refracting Tetryon cascade. It's nice, but it just doesn't do a lot. This is what I got for completing the new Karn one. If you've played, you know that. If you haven't, then this is all just news to you. Oh yes, also since I've been messing around, I got a new little weapon here, the Fleet Anti-Proton Rifle. This is actually what I used to replace, I believe it's... Yep, I put it right here. The Jemadar stuff I moved and put it on one of my ground officers I use. And I moved the weapon over here so they could have the set bonus ability. And because I have a better weapon anyway. Because this thing right here is just nasty. Okay, just move me out of the way. I saw that. Also, some of the episodes have changed since last time. They redid some of the Cardassian ones, I believe. They made it shorter. Because Cardassian used to be so long before. I mean, it was the longest tab by far. They also added Future Proof since last time. And they also have an Iconian tab, I believe, that wasn't completely finished since last time. Future Proof is where I got... I don't want to hear you talking. Shut up. Never mind. Actually, this is actually where Baker got one of his sets. His new sets is actually over here. The set Baker's currently using... I just realized I've been using his name. I screw up. Hawk is using is this one here. He's using the Soul Defense stuff. And I think it's on either Broken Circle or Time in a Bottle. Nope. Nope. Where are you? That's not it either. Man, where is that thing? I don't think it's on Delta Flight. Yeah, it's not. Blood of the Ancients, maybe? Ah, there it is. But Hawk is changed to using the resonating set as well as fleet disruptor beams. So he technically has the better weaponry than me at the moment, but I have better defensive stuff because he doesn't have fleet neutrality and armor yet. He spent all his stuff on weapons rather than equipment. And I still need to actually get one more critical severity console. because I need it for the Alucard, and the Alucard is going to be crazy strong at that point. The Chronometrics one's here. This is a new set they added. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm missing one, actually. Oh, I'm missing the 360 beam. Yeah, there's one more set. I can just go back and do that at some point. But this set here is just nasty. The Chronometric stuff. This torpedo might be the biggest BS I have ever seen. Because it's a Chronoton torpedo, which is very nice because it has like a 25% chance to reduce flight and turn speed. But it completely ignores your target shields. And its chance increased to 50% with the chronometric focusing array. Huh? The heck does that mean? If it ignores the shield, why would it increase to... Oh, it's 25% to ignore. And, okay, sorry. That was confusing. There's a 25% chance to ignore the target shield and reduce its speed and everything. And it's 50 if you have the beam on it. And I have the beam. Yeah, right there. Increases the torpedo chance to 50 seconds. It increases the energy converter, which is this thing, to 30 seconds. So you get basically just more damage for 2 minutes, for 30 seconds. Also gives you some more auxiliary power. That's nice. And it bounces up here with this console and then one of the 360 chronometric beams. Ooh, wow, that actually is really nice. I'm glad I'm actually putting that on the Shepherd, actually. That's going to work very well. The temporal phase is part of the anti-chronoton Tetrion build. That's one I'm going to be adding to Bob, I should say. Not the... I like Bob. Bob is a fun ship to use. I never actually used a science vessel before. It's the first one I've used, and it is a lot of fun using a science vessel. I had no idea. So probably before too long, me and Hawk will be doing a Let's Play. And we'll probably be coming to get some either Romulus or Omega marks, because he needs to finish up his Omega tab. And he needs to get his Romulus tab too, because he was wanting to turn one of his Prometheus class ships, which is what the Alucard is. It's a fleet tier 6 Prometheus class, essentially. And he's wanting to turn it into a Romulan plasma build. And you get Romulan plasma by getting here this guy to tier 4. Right there, Romulan plasma space weapons. So he's been probably wanting to do this really bad. I just want that. But he also wants to finish up his Task Force Omega tab because he wants to get the Borg assimilated stuff, which I've actually started here and here, which is going to go on Bob. I love that name. That is the greatest name for a ship I think I've ever heard. Oh, also since last time, they have added some new stuff in the ship department. I need to leave other. Small ships can go. I need to come to tier 6. It's over here somewhere. Ah, here we go. They have added the tier 6 version of the Odyssey in the Federation. This one's one that really looks like the Odyssey, in my opinion. This is the Science Star Cruiser. I like this one, though. This one looks kind of like a hybrid of the Sovereign and the Odyssey. But I like that one's layup better. These I would highly recommend using if you're just starting the game. I would recommend you end up with these. The problem with these is their consoles are not that good because they also I shouldn't say tier. They also pair up with these guys' consoles, which is these are the tier 5 ones. As you can see, there's not a lot of difference in look there. They all look the same. But you need these, so you basically need to buy all 6 of them to get the consoles that you need for it. But, so that's kind of a lot. But it's really a good ship. Also, I'd say if you're starting out, I'll help you out a little bit because a friend of ours is just starting, like I was saying. Let's just go all ranks. So you start out with the Miranda right here. And you're stuck with this until you're level 10. 2 forward weapons, 1 aft, as you can see down there in the corner. This ship isn't horrible when you start off, I guess. Although it looks a lot better if you just change it to a Centaur. It's a lot nicer to look at. Then if you're up for it, I mean, you really don't have to. You can buy either the original Enterprise, the NX-01, which I think I'll actually give you the naming. Actually, speaking of the naming, as you can see here, all my fleet stuff actually has the NX. The NX-13 is how you're supposed to read it. This is the NX-13A. The Alucard is the NX-13, just normal. And Bob is the NX-13D, I believe. And the Shepherd is the NX-13C, I believe. I don't remember. Anyway. Back to what I was talking about. So if you want these, you can get them. They give you a console, but they're really not that needed. I'd wait until level 10 when you get to pick which one you want. And these are your next tier ships. Depending upon which person you choose, be that engineer, science, or tactical officer, it really just depends on your playstyle. I prefer using engineer. Hawkeye is a tactical, and the Asian, or Brian, who started off as a science officer. If you're a science officer, definitely stick to science vessels. I mean, you can use others, but you'll be better off just using a science vessel because you'll get a lot of extra stuff you can use. If you're a tactical or a cruise or a engineer, I should say, you can pick either one. Though for the purposes of the beginning of the game, I would probably go with this guy, the Constitution, this is really the NCC. This is more like the Enterprise A, I should say, or the Yorktown, if you know the lore. I mean, you can use the Saber. The Saber's not bad, trust me. I forget which one of these it was. I think the Saber's my favorite one. Yeah. The only difference between him and the cruiser, the Constitution class, is he gets 3 forward weapons, 1 aft. He gets 2 tactical things. 2 tactical officers, 50 base crew, and he can turn like on a dime. But he gets more shields, more hull. You get 2 engineers, and he doesn't turn quite as well. Really, I would stick with cruisers with the Federation because it's much easier to get engineering consoles than it is to get tactical consoles early in the game. So you'll probably actually be using your consoles at this point. Whether you're an engineer or a tactical officer, it really doesn't matter. I would probably go with this one. Science officer, without a doubt, go with the Nova. Lieutenant commander slot is when you'll get that. That's when I believe you're level 10. I should say 10. This is when you're 20. These are your next options. Also, of course, if you're a lieutenant commander, you can come over here. These are your options for refits. I mean, you can buy these if you want, but they're really not worth it. Commander slot, we have the Cayenne Stargazer. There it is. This is the nicer looking one in my opinion. He's the cruiser. 3-3, 3 engineering, consoles, things like that. This one, I will legitimately say is up for grabs. All 3 of these ships are really good. Science officer, I'm going to always say stick with the science vessel because you'll be better off. Engineers or tactical officers, it's up for grabs. Really, both of these ships are really good. Go figure, right? I'm going to say that the Akira is... I actually had this Akira when I first leveled up, and I'm an engineer. I also got this guy for a little bit. See, I bought him already because I needed the point defense system console. But here we go. That's the science vessel one if you want it. That's the cruiser if you want it. But if you're gonna get the cruiser in this one, I would say get the Excelsior. But if you don't want to, I think they're like what? Yeah, they're like $10. So I wouldn't recommend it. Just stick with the free stuff until you get to level 50 or higher, in my opinion. After the commander, you go captain. I still actually have you. Wow. You have the Course of the Galaxy, the Defiant, and the Intrepid. Again, science officers, stay in the science vessel. I went and got this guy. This is what the USS Delta was. You saw him. So I kind of have two of these because at the time I got the Galaxy and he sucked. For a long time he was bad because I just wasn't good with it. So I actually went back and used the Akira that I had for a long time. And then I got this guy I think when I was level 50 because I wanted the quad phasers. But yeah, I went with the Galaxy. You don't have to. The Defiant works just as nice. And then you finally get to go to when you're level 45, I believe is when this unlocks. Or 40, I don't really remember. And you get 6 choices on this one. You can have the Sovereign, the Prometheus, the Luna, which is one of my favorite science vessels, the Star Cruiser, the Hermes, and I don't remember which one this one is. This is the Trident. Okay. Then you have a couple others over here that you can actually buy. I wouldn't recommend it. You have the Nebula again. They actually have the Phoenix version of it. They don't. Wow. The Vulcan Science one. This is apparently a really good one. I've never used it. The Tier 5 version of the Excelsior, and then the Obelisk Carrier, which isn't actually a thing. Okay. Weird. Anyway, I went with the Sovereign just because I like the layout. It's pretty good. The Prometheus is pretty good. And the Luna is probably the better choice for the science vessel, in my opinion. Once you level up to Vice Admiral, which is level 50, you get all kinds of choices. You get the new, the level 50 Galaxy, the Galaxy X, essentially, or the Dreadnought Cruiser. There's really not much difference there. Then you get your choice of the Odysseys. You have to I'd buy them as a bundle because you need all 3 consoles. Then you get the Tactical Escort Refit Defiant, which I believe comes with a cloaking device. Then there's the Tier 5 Prometheus, which I have. This is the Phoenix, which I believe I was showing off the last time. And it comes with the Multi-Vector Assault Mode. This is the Tier 5 Akira. Comes with the torpedo system, I believe. The photon defense system, which I use the crap out of. Yeah, it uses the photon defense. Then you have the Intrepid Tier 5, the Atrox Carrier. As far as Tier 5s go, I mean, these are all pretty good. This is the Sovereign. This one's pretty nice, actually. Comes with a wide arc quantum torpedo launcher. These right here are very good science vessels, too. But whatever melts your butter. And then we get to the fleet stuff. This is all the Tier 5 fleet stuff. We have the Trident, the Cayenne. I forget which one this one is. It's just the ball to me. Star Cruiser, the Luna, the Saber, Defiant, Nebula, Nova, Galaxy, Tier 5, Prometheus, Aquarius Escort, so on and so forth. That's all the Tier 5 fleet ones. Really, you don't need those anymore because they came out with Tier 6. Tier 6s you can get when you're level 50, and they get better as you level up. They start off with these Intel guys here. These all come pretty good because they all have cloaking devices and they have different abilities. They're just really not my style because they don't have, like this guy right here. He's just not my style. That's the best way to put it. That's actually a very good science vessel. It's also a very good cruiser. I just don't use them. Guardian Cruiser. This right here is the tankiest thing I have ever seen in this game. It is without a doubt the strongest in terms of just never gonna die. Probably in this game if you set your equipment and stuff up right. The Dauntless here, he's a really jerky science vessel. He's kind of a black mage in the sense that he's just evil. Then, of course, there's the Belfram, which is the tier 6 Intrepid. There we go, that's the word. Here's what Hawkeye uses. The command battle cruisers. You need all 3 of them to get the consoles. I don't remember what he's actually using out of this, to be quite honest. He mixed all 3 of them together and it make his. Then we have the tier 6 Galaxy class. Yeah, I believe it's the Andromeda is the name of it. Yeah. Then we have all the pilot escorts here. I don't like these just because they're a 5-2. I'd rather have had the additional aft weapon. But these things can turn like mad. But they're not very strong, though. The engineering's the best one, in my opinion. I mean, the tactical one's nice because he's a 3-3, and his layout's nice. I like the engineering one because he's got more engineering. So it means you can have more Neutronian armor available to you. Plus, it looks cooler. Science one actually looks the best, in my opinion, though. But these are pretty good. They're just not my style. And, of course, we have what I named the Psy. This is the Tier 6 battle cruiser. Tier 6 Excelsior. See. This here's the Sigma. Well, I named it the Sigma. It's the Elite class. Yeah, I like the Akira. That's much better. Armitage. That's actually, like I said, is the Sigma. This here is the Hestia Prometheus class. This is what I named the Epsilon. This is the Dreadnought Tier 6, the Defiant Tier 6, the custom-made ship. Oops, I turned small ships off. I didn't need them on anyway. This is actually one that the fans made. It was introduced as a fan-made ship. It's the Jupiter class carrier. And then, of course, the 3 Tier 6 Odysseys, like I showed. And you have the Fleet Tier 6 stuff. This is really the best stuff, in my opinion. Like I was showing you the Tier 5 fleets a second ago. This is the Tier 6 stuff. And it's the Intels are here, of course. Of course, the Tier 6 Galaxy. I don't know why that thing keeps showing up. I'm not much of a fan of the Galaxy class. It's just, there's better stuff. The Tier 6 Dauntless, Tier 6 Guardian Cruiser. This is like the ultimate tank in the game, like I have said. Tier 6 Intrepid. This is the Shepherd on mine. But the Tier 6 Battle Cruiser. Tier 6 Excelsior. This is the Lambda. This is the one I flew in with. Tier 6 Akira, I should say. This is what the Alucard is. Actually, it's more of kind of more like that one. Then, oh my god, that looks awesome. I want the paint job on that one. That looks awesome. I might have to go redo the Alucard here in a second. But that's actually kind of what the paint job is on it at the moment. Tier 6 Dreadnought, Tier 6 Defiant, and of course Tier 6 Jupiter Carrier. Actually, I'm going to do that real quick. I want to go change the look on the Alucard, man. I looked off. Oh. Okay, that was weird. It's glitched all over the place. Uh-oh. All right. So I'll show you how customization works then, since I need to change the Alucard apparently. Just come over, you get the ship, there we go. Come over to the customization guy. I want to customize my starship. This right here is a normal Cerberus class. So let's go. I want, oh crap. Hephaestus. I want, that's nice. Fleet 2, Prometheus. Well, I really want the Hestia though. like that better. Oh crap, I forgot to turn the ability thing off. Hang on. One of the things about some of the sets over here is they turn on. I need to disable the visual on you, or everything's going to look the exact same. That's much better. Much better. But I want the Hestia. That's Fleet, Fleet 2, Prometheus, Type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the upgrade. I like that, actually. That looks nice. I always use utility on there. Let's see what we want for Windows. Type 1, I think. Oh, that was Fleet. Oh, never mind. We're going with Fleet. That looks much better. I need red. A darker red color. Then I wanted I think the nacelle's bottom needs to change to Prometheus. Yeah, much better. No, I changed the nacelles. I don't want the nacelles changed. It's the lower pylon. That's what I want changed. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Yeah, that's much better. I forgot which one I use on this guy as far as design goes. I think it's Virgo. Yeah. Oh, it's Corvus. Yeah, let's go with Corvus. Yeah. That's looking nice. And I want my fleet emblem on there. Yeah, that's much nicer. Yeah. That is actually what I have at the moment, except for I think I'm using that. Ooh, that actually looks really nice. I don't know which one I like better. No. I think that's actually what I have right now. I'm not going to lie. Whatever. You know, don't fix what ain't broke, right? I guess. I think that was actually legitimate what the Alucard was already. I don't really remember. Doesn't matter, though. Yeah, there she is. Alrighty, then. Well, I think I'll call the episode here. So I might post another one after this of actually doing a legitimate mission so you can see what combat looks like. Well, I say I'm going to do it in a minute. It'll probably be up in a couple hours after this one does. But, see you then.